Good morning. Hello. How are you, Lynn? Hi, Carolyn. Nice to see you. Welcome, welcome. I hope you're well. And then Lee may be there. So, if Lee, if you're there, I just want to say hello. And Steve. So, hello, hello. All right. So, I'm going to begin. Hi, Stevie. Nice to see you. It's good so that I know that who's here, because then I can modify in areas that I know I need to modify. All right. So without further ado, good morning, Michael. Without further ado, all right, let me get myself situated. So you're gonna need, for today's practice, you will need a blanket, a block, and a strap. And we're going to, let me see. Today, I would like to focus on balance, because balance is the key to everything, right? Don't we all want balance everywhere in our lives? Balance in our health, balance in our body, balance in our mind. And in actuality, that is exactly what the practice of yoga is about, is finding the harmony and the balance in the body, in the mind, and in the soul. So today's practice, the physical parts, the breath work, and the mindset pieces will focus on that term balance. So we're going to begin with a breath to bring our mind into a harmonized, balanced state. And many people know, hopefully maybe everybody does, that we have two hemispheres of the brain, right? So one side and the other. And the right side is responsible for the left side body, and the left brain is responsible for the right side body. And in the practice of yoga, there are energy energy circuits or energy pathways that come up the body on the left and the right, and they intertwine, and they terminate in the nostrils. And so the first thing we're going to do today is this breath work called Nadi Shodhana, and also known as alternate nostril breathing. And so with our breath, there are three areas that we can actually control our breath, three parts of our body. One of them is our nose, by either closing one side or the other, or closing and releasing. The other is the throat. And then we have the diaphragm. So this today will be using the nose to actually affect the flow of the breath. And it's good when you do breath work to be comfortable. So you could choose to either be in a seat like a chair. You could be, this is my most preferred, is in what's called Hero's Pose Vajrasana, where you have a block to support your body. This is the most desired for me, and in my lineage that I study with in India, this is the way that we teach the breath, or the way that I've learned, is because the spine is in a nice position here. And it supports the pelvis when you're in Vajrasana, and it allows for the lungs to expand in all the ranges of motion. Yet I know a lot of people's knees won't let them do this. So for those whose knees don't let you do that, you could also try to come elevated on a block or lots of folded pillows or blankets, having your legs crisscrossed and sitting on an elevated surface. So allowing the hips to relax. And I think I'll stay here because this actually feels pretty okay for me today. And then I moved the flesh of my buttocks from side to side so that I would feel that connection of the sits bones where I'm sitting, and to get that really nice, alignment in the first pelvis, which then translates to the spine, shoulders, and the head. So wherever you are, find where you can be in a comfortable seated position. And then I'd like you to notice the balance or the energy of your mind right now. Notice where you are. So did you show up today tired? Did you show up today excited or energetic? Did you show up today with a lot on your mind? and a lot of heaviness in your mind? Did you show up today in a place of exasperation of what's happening in your life or in the world? Whatever that is, right? All of those aspects, there's an energetic to that. High, low, heavy, soft, or heavy and light, right? So close your eyes, find your physical position you're going to be in, and then bring your awareness to inquiry of what is your mental emotional state right now. Are you feeling happy or sad, hopeless or hopeful, heavy or light, fast or slow? Use those words and notice where you are in your mind or in the energetics of your mind. And with the eyes closed, feel the position you've chosen to make sure it's ideal for you today. And then bring your awareness to your eyelids. Go ahead and open up your eyes. So yoga is a practice of balance. Yoga is a practice of integrating your mind, your body, and soul. It's more than just what we see. It's the unseen part of you. So starting to realize the energetics of you in your life, that can be really powerful. I use that often in my own life. I'll check myself to see where I'm at mentally, emotionally, and notice where I'm at. And when you bring your awareness to that, then you can actually bring the opposite and start to balance. So let's do the Nadi Shodhana alternate nostril breath. Very simple version of this. We'll inhale through one nostril and then we'll exhale through the other. Inhale through that side and exhale. Always, every time that I've been taught this by amazing teachers and I was taught by one of the oldest living pranayama teachers, O.P. Tiwari, at Lonavala Kavalam in India. And I was taught twice, 2017, 2018. He taught it times, also many great teachers. I was by inhaling through the left, closing off the left nostril, exhale right, inhale right, close off the right, and exhale left. And that would be considered one round, right? Inhaling left, exhaling right, inhaling right, and left. So that is the way I've been taught. That's the way that I'm going to teach you today, very basic. I will count 4 for each inhale and each exhale. That's a great place to start. It helps to balance the nervous system, the mind, balance the body. Okay, so wherever you are, make sure you're comfortable. If you guys need a little bit of movement, you can take it open and do a little wiggle, wiggle, wiggle to get yourself into a uncrossed place and then coming back into a crisscross position, whatever it is that you need to do. And we'll use the right hand. This is my right hand. And a favorite position that I was taught is this here mudra. You take the pointer finger and middle finger and you bend them, and you use the thumb to close off the right nostril and the ring finger and pinky to close off the left. And I'd like to say that that round part of your nose here, you only really need to touch really at the base part of your nose. You don't need to really push hard. Or close the base part of your nose, right where that round ridge is enough to stop the flow of air. And that's what our goal is here with the alternate nostril breath. All right, so let's take, if this finger position doesn't work, you want to do this here, pinky here, whatever it is you want to do. So get to what's comfortable. Go ahead and take your thumb, close off the right nostril. Have your hand ready here. Have your left hand on your thigh and slide your hand back so your left elbow is underneath your left shoulder, and that will help keep you in a nice posturally aligned position. And then close your eyes and begin to breathe in and out through the left nostril. Noticing what you notice. So we're going to begin. Take a big inhale through the left. Exhale through the left. Let's begin. Inhale left, 2, 3, 4. Close the left. Exhale right, 2, 3, 4. Inhale right, 2, 3, 4. Close the right. Exhale left, 2, 3, 4. Inhale left, 2, 3, 4. Close left. Exhale right, 2, 3, 4. Inhale right, 2, 3, 4. Close right. Exhale left, 2, 3, 4. Inhale left, 2, 3, 4. Close left. Exhale right, 2, 3, 4. Inhale right, 2, 3, 4. Close right. Exhale left, 2, 3, 4. Inhale left, 2, 3, 4. Close left. Exhale right, 2, 3, 4. Inhale right, 2, 3, 4. Close right. Exhale left, 2, 3, 4. Continue on your own, counting in your mind, following the breath in the nostril and following the breath out of the nostril. Keep your mind right where the breath is entering and leaving the nostrils. Notice the flow of the breath coming in and out of the nostrils. Notice if both sides flow freely. Finish the round you're on. Take 2 more complete rounds, starting with the inhale on the left nostril and ending with the inhale on the left nostril. 2 more complete rounds. Keeping your eyes closed. When you finish your last round, take your hands onto your thighs. Take natural breaths in and out your nose. Keep your mouth closed. And notice the breath coming in the nostrils and leaving the nostrils. See if you feel it on both nostrils, or do you feel it more strongly on one side? Finishing your last breath. Bring your awareness to your hands. Rub your hands together. And then cover your eyes. Gently blink your eyes open. and allow your hands to come down. So let's move our body from this position, allow the blood to go back into the legs. Take your props off to the side. Coming onto all fours, let's take one leg, either shake it back one leg at a time, or take your foot on the floor and push your feet in, heel moves back. And then bring yourself up. So that's a great breathing exercise to have when you really need it, when you notice that your mental energy is too fast, too high, too hopeless, too negative, too sad, in the whatever. You want to bring in that balance of all the opposite stuff and get yourself into a balanced state. And I guess also maybe if you were super energetic and you wanted to kind of slow things down, that would be great as well. So that's a tool for your treasure chest. Let's come opening up our body a little bit today for the practice, focusing on balance. We're going to work with this aspect of both sides of the body, one side and the other side, work on structural aspects of keeping us in a balanced state or supportive of balance, because it's very important that we stay with good balance. You will need a strap for today's practice and a block. Let's put those off to the side. Let's begin with our blanket today. And let's start to work on the center part of our body, our spine, and create an openness in our spine and actually balance our posture, because for most of us, there's more of this in our body, more forward movement, more tightness in the front of the body, and we need to open up the front. So let's do a little to get some opening in the front of the body. Take your blanket and roll it up. So this is the long version of the blanket, and this would be short. Make sure you're on the long version because you want it to be able to go on this whole part of your body, so you need the length. Take the blanket and start to roll it up. Roll it up. And this, what we're going to do here is a really great tool for your treasure chest to use as often as possible. Most of us, if not all of us, need postural correction, which is going to be supportive of balance. Because when posture is bad, it contributes to bad posture, bad balance, and can lead to falls, which is bad. All of that's bad. All right, so you're going to keep your prop here, and then you're going to have your tushy close. Now, for some of you, you're going to maybe need a little extra up here at the top. So if you did have a pillow or another blanket here, or if this is really long, you'll be able to fold it when you come down. You could come down like this if you do not have osteoporosis. If you have osteoporosis, I prefer that you would come to the side, come all the way down, and then find your way onto your prop. And then make sure your tushy is on the ground. Knees are bent, feet are flat. So the tushy is on the ground. Feel the blanket along your spine, starting right at the base of your spine or close to the base, which is near the edge of your pelvis. Feet are a little wider than the body, knees go in towards each other. Reach up and lengthen the back neck. You could lift your head up and slightly tilt it chin towards chest. So do that, or you may need to fold the top part of the blanket. So do what's appropriate. And then we're going to explore stretching the chest. So right now we're stretching the spine here. We're taking the curves of the spine and having a little stretch. So before you put your arms anywhere, let them be alongside your body at first. Find the center of the head. Close your eyes. Feel this here. Feel what it's doing. Maybe you feel some kind of opening, maybe not. And there's the potential here for us to stretch some of those small muscles that are holding your joints of your spine together. So some of the muscles in the spine are like shoelaces that are interwoven at different angles on the spine, and they're short little muscles. So correcting the curves here with this blanket behind your spine can do some gentle stretching of some of those structural muscles. From here, we're going to go into a deeper stretch, stretching our chest, front of the shoulders, where the arms attach the body.
So I'd like you to close your eyes when you do this and begin to take your arms out to the side so that you come into a position where the backs of the hands are resting on the floor. Backs of the hands are on the floor. Elbows are on the floor. Backs of the hands are on the floor. And notice what you notice here. So notice where the tightness is. Bring your awareness from side to side. So go to the right side and notice where you feel a little stretch. And then on the left side and notice where you feel a little stretch. And notice, is one side tighter or are they both equal? And if you're able to move your arms a little higher, maybe, still keeping the arms and the backs of the hands on the ground with your eyes closed, exploring so that you go to a place that's appropriate for your body with stretch. And then we can use the breath here to help stretch the muscles of breath, the muscles of respiration, the muscles that line your ribs, the muscles, the diaphragm muscles. And so your lungs are these elastic bags that fill up with breath and gets compressed to let go of your breath. And the muscles are the diaphragm and the muscles in the ribs, around the ribs, that expand and contract and draw in breath and compress breath out of our body. So we need these muscles to be strong. This could be good for immune health, could be good for giving you energy, good for helping you balance that, balancing your immune health, balancing your energy. So keep your mouth closed. Breathe in through your nose, really deep breaths here down to your belly. And as you breathe down to your belly, feel the sideways movements, feel the up and the back movement, and feel that downward movement. Take 3 breaths like this. And then let's take the arms down alongside the body. Let's do a little bit of brain work here with breath. So the palms are on the ground, the arms are down low. Take an exhale. As you inhale, lift the right arm up all the way to the sky and then all the way towards the wall behind you. Maybe the hand touches the floor, maybe not. Exhale to bring that arm back. Inhale to lift the left arm up towards the sky, all the way back towards the wall behind you. Maybe it touches the ground, maybe not. Notice what you notice. Exhale to lower. Inhale to rise. Exhale to lower. Let the left arm come up. So one arm at a time. Now let's do both arms at the same time. Inhale, both arms come up. Both arms go back behind you. Feel the stretch and then exhale to come back. Inhale, arms are up. Reach overhead. And then bring yourself down. Now we're going to do a little opposite, little diagonal, little brain training, a little balance of the nervous system, balance of the muscles of the body, and balance in the brain. Inhale, let the right hand come up, left hand stays there. Exhale, right hand comes down, left hand goes up. Left hand goes up towards the back, right hand goes down. Inhale, right hand comes up, left hand goes down. Exhale, right hand goes down, left hand comes up. Inhale, right hand up, left hand down. Stay here. Take a big exhale. Let's switch. Inhale, left hand comes up towards the back, right hand goes down towards the feet. Exhale, Right hand comes up, left hand goes down. Inhale, left hand up, right hand down. Couple more times. Notice if you feel any joints moving in your back. Notice if the shoulder's happy. Notice where you feel the stretch when you do this. And notice if there's a wobbly aspect to your arms. Just notice everything about your body. Notice everything about this moment. And then last one, bring yourself back to neutral. Let's go ahead and roll off of the blanket. Come onto your side. Take your hand on the floor, look down towards your hand, and let's push yourself to bring yourself all the way up. So let's continue with that diagonal moving, doing brain training, balance training. Take your blanket. Let's fold your blanket or keep it open, whatever it is you need. So do what's appropriate for you. We're going to come onto all fours. Take your hands really forward and your knees really wide, and let's balance ourselves in our joints, moving around in the hip and the shoulders. Go side to side, go forward and back, forward and back. So a lot of that communication is in the joints. We want the muscles to be limber. We want these joints to be limber to communicate well. And then bring yourself so that your hands are directly underneath your shoulders. Fingers are forward, knees are underneath your hips. If you need to modify, you could roll up your mat to make your wrist joint a little more happy, or use wedges, or fold a blanket. We're going to come into a diagonal pattern here. So keep your knees right underneath your hips and your hands right underneath your shoulders. Inhale, slide your right hand away, left leg away. Exhale to stay here. Inhale, lift them up and really come into a back bend here. So lift your head up, lift your hand up as high as you can, your foot as high as you can, and then exhale to tap them back down to the ground. Keep the elbow straight and the knee straight. Inhale to lift up. Exhale down. Really stretch your body glove here. So feel a stretch in your tissues. Inhale up. Exhale down. Last one. Inhale. Come to neutral. Stay here. The gaze is down at the ground. You really reach your right hand away, reach your left leg away. So feel like they're being stretched. Lengthen your body and lift up as high as you can. Take one more breath. And then go ahead and bring yourself down. Let's slide the left hand away. Inhale, slide the right hand away. Exhale, or right leg, left hand, stay here. Inhale to lift, right leg, left hand. Really come into an extension. So lift your head up, feel that deep stretch. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale to lower. One more time. Inhale to lift. Come into more of a neutral. So the gaze is down at the ground. Lift the right leg. Lift the left arm. And on your next exhalation, lower down. Come off your wrists. Shake your wrists. Strengthen the back muscles. Diagonal pattern in the muscles for balance. Let's bring yourself onto your legs here. So we're going to do a little balance challenge here, because being on this part of your leg now, the hips have to calibrate where your body weight is in space. So let's begin by taking the left leg out to the side, or whatever leg actually. So it depends on if you're mirroring me or not. Let's take your left leg out to the side and do a little bit of toes are pointing forward. The arch is coming off the floor. So see what this is like for you. For some, even just having their foot out to the side has so much opening in the body, in this whole hip joint area, ankle joint. We want to make sure all that is nice and open for balance, for that communication in the body. So try to get the pinky toe edge to touch the floor. Try to get the entire foot to touch the floor. Take the hand on the thigh, the other hand to the side, and then you're going to inhale up and over. Stretching this side here and stretching that side there. The lateral chain and that whole kinetic chain of balance from the feet comes up, and there's a lot that happens here on the side hip when it comes to joint alignment, when it comes to balance, when it comes to communication. Take one more breath and then bring yourself
back. Take that left leg, or take this leg, whatever it is, and bring the foot in front of you. And when the foot is in front of you, you have a 90-degree angle with your knee and a 90-degree angle with your ankle. So make sure the foot's not too close to you. You should have 90-degree angles here and here. So don't have the foot too close to you, because that will put you in a place where it'll be a little bit easier with the balance. And I want you to challenge yourself a little bit. So come here if you can. And then if you're able to take the back foot off the floor, take the back foot off the floor. Okay, so now this hip joint has to really figure out where you are, where is your weight. And then let's add a little bit of a challenge here, taking your hands around you in space, taking your hands around you in space, challenging yourself so that there's a little bit of a wobbliness here with your pelvis. And then bring yourself out of that. If you're able to come down onto your heels, sit on your heels and let's stretch the top feet. If you're not, you can stay up there and move your wrists around. So I'd like you to reach under and take the knee, the leg that you just worked. So whatever leg we just worked, I want you to lift that knee up and try to sit equal on your pelvis when you're lifting that knee away from the ground. Okay, so try to sit equal and not let your body weight go away from it. So sit here as you lift that knee off the floor. Feel that stretch on the top of that foot, that side that we've been working, stretching, challenging the joints with balance. And then bring yourself to center. Let's bring ourselves up. Let's go to the other side. So go slowly, bring your leg out to the side. Maybe you need to play with this for a while. What I observe is that not everybody can get their foot on the floor, and sometimes there's a little bit of a tilt here, and there's a lot of different aspects of where the tightness could be. Hips is a big part of this. You need to be able to have your hip flex a little bit more, bend a little bit more in this hip joint, and then the ankle right here, you need these muscles, this lateral chain to be nice and stretched. And the thing about these muscles that go down the side of the leg and then go over the ankle joint, they're actually there to keep the foot tracking straight. So we want to make sure that this part of our body is communicative, stretched, receptive, so that our balance, that could be one more aspect of having good balance. Take your hand on your thigh, take your other hand down alongside your body. Inhale, go slow here. Try to keep that arm alongside your ear and not forward, okay? Because it's not about how far you bend over. It's about staying in the side body and not adding a bend in your body, not coming into flexion. So come into the stretch. Feel that stretch here, pulling the lower ribs away from the top of the pelvis. And then take one more breath. And then bring yourself out. Now we're going to take the leg forward, right? So you're going to bring the leg forward and you're going to make sure that you have a 90-degree angle here and a 90 in your. So you're here versus here. Right? So come into that. Allow yourself to arrive there. Take the back foot off if you can. If you're having a challenge, the closer the leg is to the center, a little bit more challenging. The farther the leg is to the side, creates a little bit more wide base. So I'd like you to be pretty neutral here if you can. Back foot off if you can. And then the challenge comes in. Arms, wherever you can move your arms to create a challenge. Take one more breath. And then slowly bring yourself out. We're going to come onto our heels for those of you that can, and you're going to lift up that knee to stretch the top foot. And then keep your body weight forward as well. So make sure the body weight doesn't want to go too far back there. Take one more breath. And then go ahead. Keeping your feet nice and mobile, really important. For those of you that can, so we're all gonna flip our toes under. Some of you may need to be here because your knees don't like to bend. Some of you could sit down on your feet and get that stretch in your feet. And then some of you could add a little bit of a challenge by lifting the knees off and being on the feet as they're bent. So coming up here, letting a little bit more of the balance start to work its way into your body. And then we're all going to come down on the ground to do a little bit more foot stretching, to do a little bit of core and strengthening the back muscles. So from here, let's take your blanket, your knees, you're going to bring it down to the bottom part of your mat. Let's take the block. Have your block like this. You can take your block like this. We're going to come into a dolphin plank. I'm going to do this one for about a minute. I'll tell you when the minute is over, and you come down if you need to at any time in between. So bring yourself down here and you let your pelvis come closer to the ground. So this would be a modification of dolphin, or you could lift your knees off. And if your knees are off, push your heels back so you feel a lot of weight in your feet. And then make sure that all 10 toes are touching. So check each side to see if the pinky toes are touching. And then for everyone with the block, if you push the fingers into the block, that'll really activate the upper support, the upper body support of balance. And then hug your lumbar spine with your core. So feel like you're giving a real nice bear hug to your low back. Point your tailbone down between your heels if your feet. Well, even if your knees are on the ground. Nice long breaths here and nice long spine here. One more breath. And then you're going to bring your pelvis down. Make sure your pelvis is on your blanket. Walk your elbows underneath your shoulders so you stretch the front of your body. Let your head look up as high as you can. So the low back here, kind of let the low back be soft. Think about the low back being really, really soft and pliable and mobile. So kind of wiggle back and forth to take the tension out. Then push the heart forward. Lift the rib cage away from the floor. Feel that deep stretch, the front line of the body. Breathe down to your belly. And then take one more breath. Lengthen your body. Let's fold the left hand or the left elbow. Hand is on the ground. Take your right hand up and let the forehead go on the back of the left hand. Legs are nice and long and straight. You're going to take an exhale. And as you inhale, lift the right arm off the floor and the left leg off the floor. Exhale to lower. Right arm, left leg. And then lower. Right arm, left leg. Lower. Again, on the inhale, lift. One more. Inhale to lift, stay there. And on your next exhale, lower the leg, lower the arm. Let's switch. Bend the right elbow, take the forehead, place it on the back of the right hand, take the left arm straight. Legs are coming straight off of your body. Let's prepare, take an exhale. Inhale, left arm, right leg. Exhale, lower. Inhale, left arm, right leg. And then lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Feel the work in the back of the body. One more. Lift and stay.
Take one more breath. And then go ahead and lower. Take your legs wide so the feet are touching the corners of the mat. Fold both hands, let the forehead rest on the back of the hands. Then bend your knees so that the soles of the feet are pointing up towards the sky. And then a little gentle side to side here. So try to let it be a little passive where you're actually directing the legs over to the side and they almost feel a little floppy. So try not to tilt your pelvis. Keep the hip bones on the ground and you're letting your legs kind of go side to side. Maybe the feet need to be a little bit closer to your body. That might feel better for you. And then bring your legs onto the ground. Wiggle your pelvis side to side. Like you were pushing your body and trying to settle the bones in your body. And then bring yourself to a hold. Take 5 breaths down to your belly. So below your ribs, really big breaths so you can relax the lower back muscles. 5 breaths down low. Let's take the hand up and roll onto your side. Take your hand on the floor in front of you, leading with the shoulder when you come up, not your head. So don't lift your head up first. Look down to your hand and push away from the floor to bring yourself up. So that last series there, that little sequence on the ground, can be a little challenging. Can be a little challenging for the lower back. So it's really important to bring in the relaxation to the body if you're going to work the low back, especially if you're someone who struggles with low back issues. Keeping your muscles strong, but also letting them know the difference between this is okay. You don't need to be protecting me the way you are. I'm going to be safe. I'm going to move safely. So trying to repattern your low back reception to the way you're moving. And let's onto the ground. Now that might sound silly that we even have to think about communicating with our low back, but the back takes up everything of the day that we do, and it gets to a point where subconsciously it goes into a place of protection. So if we're going to reprogram the messaging that comes subconsciously through our body, that's why that last part I had you like this, and I said breathe down to your belly 5 breaths to relax the low back. And so we did a lot of relaxation there to try to repattern or to take out that stress that was in the low back. So yeah, I remember that from my own journey with my head, all that protection I used to feel in my body, or that fear in my body. So we're going to come down to the ground. If you have osteoporosis, make sure you come to the side when you come down. I think it's actually different for most of us because I keep going down. Oh my gosh, that's going to straighten your neck. That's going to straighten your upper back. All right. So let's draw one leg in, hold on behind the thigh, and a little unbending and bending of the knee joint, getting some of the stickiness out of the joint. And then come to a stackable point and flex, point and flex, point and flex. And then a circle one direction and a circle in the other direction. And we're going to do the other leg. These are all nice things to do to keep your body mobile forever. So even if they look or appear to be not, it's important for balance to keep the flow, the ability to flow in your body. You're going to come to an unbent leg and you're going to point and flex the foot, point and flex. And then circles. So let's take the strap and do a little bit more stretch than we're able to do. You're going to take the strap and put the strap around one of your feet in the center of the arch and hold on to one piece of the strap in one hand and one in the other, and breathe pretty high here. So or just don't go all the way down to the ground. So don't be too close to your foot either. I want you to go side to side here, pulling the strap side to side, so that you feel more than you'd be able to do yourself. This is that lateral chain ankle joint area. And then pull down in the center of your leg. Can you draw the leg towards the wall behind you? So you feel something behind your leg somewhere. You could have a little bit of a bend in your leg. You with the strap, feel the tushy floor, and that leg back, and then bring yourself forward. So you just want to make sure that with the strap here, you normally would. Do the calf and the straight and 10. Slight in the knee. So you're not like this. Exhale to straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Exhale, straighten, stay here. And then let up the other foot. Put the strap in the arch. Try as you're getting your leg, tilting your foot side to side. The kneecap stays stationary. The knee and the leg don't move at all. This is all ankle joint. And then you could keep your knee slightly bent or straight, whatever you'd like. Come to a static hold. Then you're going to draw that leg towards the wall behind you to a place where you feel stretching, whatever it is, wherever it is. Pull the strap down so you're nice and deeply rooted in that joint. Take one more breath. And then bring yourself back to center. Take the strap up to the widest part of your foot. Widest part of your foot. Slight bend in your knee. Inhale. As you exhale, straighten your knee and inhale to bend. Come into a tension that's appropriate and manageable for you. One more. Straighten the knee, stay there. And draw the knee off the floor and then the other. Let's take the arms up towards the sky. Now we're going to do a opposite hand, opposite leg coming down to the ground. Opposite hand, opposite leg. So that's what we're going for here. The real key is that the hand that's not moving at all doesn't move at all, the other hand comes back. And that's where the challenge is. If you let your knee be right above this and you let your foot go farther away from you, that's more core action for those of you that have the ability to do that. All right, let's bring your arms up, bring your wherever they're going to be. Exhale. Inhale, right hand, left leg. Keep that left arm straight, back to center. Now, inhale, right leg, left arm. Exhale, back to center. Go slow. Continue. One more side. Try to let only one side move at a time. When you come back to draw your knees in, rocking side to side. So taking care of this body that you live in, that you have to experience life in, it's really important because the better care you take of it, the stronger, the more limber and the more mobile, the more you'll be able to enjoy your life. And that will balance that happiness ratio in your mind. The more you're able to do, less restrictions. Let's come on to our side and take our hand and push yourself, beginning with your shoulder to come all the way up. Let's come on to our knees and then bring us up. So we have to think about the balance of the fluids in the body. And we were on the ground, and then we moved to a position where now the head is here compared to where it was. And as we age, so I'm going to say if you're out of your 30s, the blood vessels start to get affected as well because they're muscular, right? They start to get affected with age. And so the ability to calibrate blood pressure takes a little longer as you get older. So giving yourself the space to move slowly from one position to the other, not thinking it means you're getting older, but rather wiser. You're going to take your time to come up to standing. We are going to come to a standing position, do a little bit of challenge with our feet and our nervous system, our proprioceptive nervous system for balance to figure out where you are in space. So you're going to come here first to your knees. Can you take your feet off the floor? You can take your feet off the floor, see if that does anything, if you're able to be here like this. For some of you, it may be that the kneecaps don't like that. So if that's the case, don't do it. And then you're going to take a leg forward. Take your hands on your thighs, bend your elbows out to the sides, flip the back toes under, and then push yourself forward and bring yourself all the way up. Go slow. And then I want to move the props, but I want to teach you about moving the props. So take your legs really wide, but do proper bending, because that could contribute to a lot of not good things, and especially those of you with low back issues. A lot of the pulling or straining, or I pulled my back, or my back went out. Those are the terms you'll hear. It's typically when we're bending, and especially if we're bending and rotating to get something. So let's do a little bit of proper bending. Feet are wide. And then you're going to bend here at your hip joint. So keep your knees straight or close to straight. Don't bend your knees yet. And keep your throat open and your chest open. Look forward. Learn how to bend properly here, right? For those of you with low back issues, if you bend from your spine, that's going to put a lot of protection and a lot of force on that low back. So for those with low back issues, that's something to look into or to notice about yourself. At your hip joint. Neutral curve. So we have some props on the floor that we want to move. We have a blanket, we have a strap, and we have a block. So your feet are wide. You're going to bend your hips. Then you're going to bend your knees and reach down with that nice flat spine as you take your props and you move them off to the side. Legs are wide, bending your hips first, then bend your knees and then come. And I want you to do that because it's important to bend properly. Okay. So we're going to come near a wall or grab a chair. So if you have challenges with balance, having a chair will be helpful for you to be able to put your hands on it or to be near a wall. And then we're going to get our feet here. So let's take our toes, flip your toes under, stretch the top part of your foot. You may need to put your foot back even farther because you need that. You need to bend that standing leg. Take the other one back. And then let's take our feet. Can you roll your feet so you come towards your pinky toe edges? Feel those ankle joints stretch, then come forward. Right? We've all heard of flat feet. And what happens, the inclination in the body is this. The feet
flatten. If the feet flatten, the knees come in towards each other. That affects the hip, that affects everything. And that's what I notice in people's bodies as they age, is the breakdown of the ability to hold yourself up. And I like to refer to it as a sinkhole. As we get older, it's like our body's going back into this sinkhole. So you want to lift yourself up and not be a part of that sinkhole. So grab the floor with your feet, push your feet down, feel like you're ripping the floor apart. So start to try to push your legs apart. You'll probably feel some muscles turning on here. And then lift your arches off like you're trying to roll onto your pinky toe edges. Push your pinky toe edges into the floor. See if you could feel that translate up here into your body, all the muscles that get involved from doing this at the feet. Go ahead, soften, and then activate, lifting in and up. And then go ahead and soften. So you're standing in the middle of your mat, right? Stand in the middle of your mat. And then you're gonna take your feet are hip distance, okay? And you're gonna take your right foot up towards the front right corner and then push yourself back. You're gonna take your left foot to the front left corner and push yourself back. You're gonna take your right foot back behind you towards the right corner and then bring yourself back, left. Look forward and look straight ahead. Right front corner, back, left, and back. Right back corner. Make sure it makes the connection. Make sure your mind makes the connection. Bring yourself back. Let's do a little diagonal. Take the right foot over towards the left corner and then come back. Have your gaze forward. So don't look at where your foot's going. And if you're feeling a little bit precarious, go barely in front of your body, right? So you don't have very far. For those of you who are feeling a little bit more adventuresome, you could go a little farther. A little bit of brain training, a little bit of muscle training. Let's do the forward movement first. Diagonal, maybe a little farther away from your body, feeling everything that turns on. When you stop at the left, let's try the opposite. So let's do right foot goes towards the left back corner. Look forward. If you need a chair, have a chair next to you. Left foot behind the right. Doesn't need to be big. Try not to rotate your trunk. Try to keep your body forward. I feel a lot of core activation like this. Your head up, keep your head forward. And then bring yourself center. I want you experiencing that as we feel a lot of rope. We put ourselves in the middle, and then everything needs to learn how to communicate. Left foot is back, and you're going to take your right foot right in front, like you're walking in a line. And actually, let's walk the line. So if you're near a wall, be near a wall. Left foot back, right foot in front. Feel the heel touch the toes, and then feel the heel right toes. Like you're walking a line. Look straight ahead. Maybe you have a chair next to you. Maybe you have a wall next to you. Do that again, the length of your mat. And then bring yourself back to center. You know, it's interesting. We don't really need to do big, crazy things to do a lot of deep, big work. And this is the kind of movements that are small yet so powerful. So we're going to do a static hold with the tightrope. Let's let your left foot be in the back. Let your right foot come right in front of that left foot. Your hands are on your waist, and you're going to move your body waist, And you're gonna move your body weight forward, and you're gonna move your body weight back. Move your body weight forward, and move your body weight back. Bring your awareness down into your ankles and into your feet. Feel all the dancing that's taking place. And grab the floor with your feet. So grab the floor with the feet. Forward and back. Then bring yourself back so you're in the left foot, which is the back foot. And come onto your right tippy toes. Let your big toe, second toe touch the ground. Lift your chest, be nice and tall here. And the elbows are on your waist. Push your hands are on the waist, elbows are out to the side. Push the elbows back. Chest is lifted. If you'd like to explore lifting the right leg up off the floor, and the farther you go, closer to a 90-degree angle in the hip joint, a little bit more work there for hip flexors and quads. Good for lots of great things, especially for healthy aging. Take one more breath. And then you're gonna bring the foot down, bring yourself out, and shake your legs. Noticing the tension. Noticing the work that took place in that left leg. So we're gonna go to the other side now. So you're gonna take the right foot and you're gonna bring the left foot right in front of the right foot. Left foot in front of the right foot, noticing what you notice. Gaze is straight ahead. Bring your brain down into your feet. So go all the way down into your feet. Feel your right foot, feel the ankle joint. Feel the left foot and the ankle joint. Hands are on the waist, elbows are back, noticing what you notice. The weight comes back into that left foot, and the weight comes back into the right foot. And if you'd like to lift the left heel off the floor, you could come into tippy toes. And if you're able to come lifting that left leg up, try that as well. Deep breaths here, elbows are back, gaze is forward, chest is lifted. And notice the dancing in your feet. Take one more breath. And then bring yourself out. Let's shake your legs. It's a lot of tension. So for balance, standing on one leg is very powerful. And it's powerful for a lot of things. First of all, it trains the nervous system for balance. It also strengthens the muscles in the bones. So for bone health, single leg balance, I think, is one of the most powerful movements we can do, because when it comes to bone health, fall prevention is a huge aspect of bone health. So we're going to come into what's called tree posture, which is one of the original postures in the practice of yoga. If you look at cave drawings of physical movement, most of the original asanas were done on the ground. Most of the original postures are on the ground in a seated or a belly or back position. And then the standing position is tree posture, which was drawn in some caves. All right, toes are forward, hands are on the waist, and then you're gonna push your body weight over to the left leg, because we just finished the right leg balancing. So let's go to the left leg. Then come to the right tippy toes. Take the right knee out to the side and bring the right foot in between right knee, right ankle. And then be nice and tall here. So don't be dumping into that joint. Make sure you're lifting out of that joint, you're nice and long. And then with your left foot and that, grab the floor. So feel that action, that activity. Feel the left toes, feel the left pinky toe edge, feel the left heel. Elbows are back, chest is lifted, throat is open. Your spine is nice and long. Choose something to stare at in front of you that does not move. And if there is movement, go to the center of the movement. Take one more breath. bring your knee forward, bring yourself out. Shake that leg, notice the tension in that leg. Let's go to the other side. The toes are pointing forward. You're gonna take your hands on your waist, push your body weight over to the right foot. Come on to left tippy toe, left knee is out to the side. Bring the foot up in between the ankle and the heel. Or the ankle and the knee, sorry, the ankle and the knee. And the elbows are pushing back, the chest is lifted. You're nice and tall. Deep breaths. And feel the movement in your foot. Feel the toes, the big toe edge, the pinky toe edge. The arch is active and lifting away from the ground. And you're focused. Focus mind, focus gaze. Take one more. Bring yourself out. Shake, shake, shake. Shake everything, take your feet really wide. Shake your body, shake everything, your arms, your legs. So we're gonna come down on the ground and finish the practice with Shavasana, because this is about balance, and balance at the end of the practice is to allow all the dust to settle and to allow that integration of everything that was just done to actually seep into your cells, into your soul, into every aspect of you. So grab a blanket or whatever you'd like to finish your practice today in Shavasana. Make sure you're comfortable. Try to keep your mind here. If you want to bring your knees into your body or wiggle your legs so that everything kind of settles deeply in your body, do whatever you need to do here to feel like you get everything out of your body so you are able to come into that fully extended, relaxed Shavasana position where you can let everything go and allow yourself to connect to your breath. We begin to deepen the breath. So twiddle your fingers, your toes, your ankles, your wrists. Drawing the knees into the chest and rocking side to side. This helps to settle the spine, settle the back. Look onto your side. And then pushing yourself up to a seated position. We'll close with the sound, like good. So bring your hands together, lengthen your spine, let the thumbs touch the chest and then press the chest towards the thumbs. Nice long neck, back neck is lengthened. Take a big exhale and inhale. Bowing in gratitude and so. All right. Well, that was fun. And I really did feel that in my core. So I think it'll be amazing that you might notice that you're going to feel that in the core. And that's also why the low back gets involved. So I hope that was okay. I kept seeing that there was a lot of instability in my, hi Nancy, in my things, in my internet. So I hope you guys were able to see me. All right, I'm going to go because I need to get ready to teach my next class. Thank you for being here, and I hope you have a great day. I'll see you. Really, thank you, Stevie. All right, bye everyone.